All right, welcome everybody to the Dave Knows Wrestling live stream. I am your host, David Lee. So, how is everyone doing today? We're here for the live stream. Let's see what's going on in the world today. This week, wrestling news not anywhere near as jam-packed as last week, so I guess that's something we can look forward to. Hey, what is up, Terrell Davis? What is going on? How are you? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome back to the live stream, should I say. All right. Know It All Nation. Who else is in the room? Oh, and thank you for the thumbs up right off the bat, Terrell. Thank you. I'm going to assume it was you. Hey, yo, Dr. Puff. What is up, Dr. Puff? All right, everyone's zooming in on now. Hey, RHPW versus KO8 Wrestling. You guys are awesome. Arthur, what up? Thank you. 2 thumbs up right away. Okay, I like it. Like movie critics. Thank you. Dave. I like that. Chanting it. AMR for life. AMR. Hey, what's up? C122. John, how's it going? Austin Aries is back at Impact. Do you think it will help them? No. I hope it does, but no, I don't think so. I like Austin Aries a lot, but I don't think he's a ratings changer. I can't do thumbs up on my phone. That's okay, buddy, but thank you for the 5 thumbs up we got so far. 12 of you guys in, 5 thumbs up already. That's amazing. 5 likes. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see what we're up to. Let's see where we're at. So last week was like Royal Rumble weekend, crazy Royal Rumble stuff. We can definitely talk about what's going on in the Rumble, but a couple of injuries, but not too much craziness going on this week. Okay, up to 6. Okay, so all right, Impact Wrestling or 1995 WWE. Here's the thing: 1995 WWE or WWF as it was at the time. Dave C. Conquering the Hero Comes. See how the Conquering Hero comes. Who's the best bad guy? Edge is my favorite. Best of all time is, for me, The Undertaker. Like, when he first came out, he was scary. He, was the ultimate bad guy. Just discovered your channel a few days ago when I saw that video on the Asian Miss, and now I've been watching it. Awesome! Hey, well, 3-Piece Revival, thank you so much. Thank you for enjoying the video, and welcome. Welcome to the Know It All Nation. I'm very glad that you are here. Heard a rumor Jeremy Borash is there to replace Kevin Dunn. We know he's definitely coming. By what his exact nature is, not sure. That is one rumor that he's there to replace Kevin Dunn. Some people are saying he's also taking over for NXT duties. Not sure. There are even some speculation that he's just going to commentary. Not really too sure. I don't know. And replacing Kevin Dunn is a hard sell. I'm not saying it's necessarily. I'm not even saying that would be bad. He's just so well. Kevin Dunn is so well protected, so the idea that he's replacing Kevin Dunn would be pretty surprising. You and my boy, I love the Lucy chats are my 2 favorite live chats. All right, cool. I don't know them, but awesome. Thank you. How did they do the mist? Told you, man. It's a kayfabe science. Special gland inherited from dinosaurs or something. Kayfabe science. Razor Ramon is the best bad guy after all. He is the bad guy. Well, hard for me to argue that. Favorite wrestling style? Canadian. Any thoughts about the Rumble this year? Oh, yeah, I definitely have thoughts. We will definitely get into that. Now, pal. And thank you for the 7 thumbs up. Thank you for that. Now, pal, Kevin is an important part of the team. You need to apologize to him. Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, some fresh blood, they've been changing up with theme songs, Johnson that out. Things are changing. So I'm just saying, some fresh blood is not necessarily the worst thing in the world. But, yeah, Kevin Dunn has done a lot, too. So it's just, and there's some people, and he's somewhat divisive. Some people don't necessarily have the highest opinion of him. Because I don't really have a active behind-the-scene nature to him, who am I to say? WWE is just trying to take everything from Impact. Trying, or are they voluntarily walking over? That's the question. Would you rather have X-Pac heat or Summer heat? X-Pac heat. Will replace Kevin Dunn in NXT considering the heat he has on Triple H and Stephanie. Yeah. I wonder if Kevin Dunn is a big or as bad as Jim Cornette says he is. I wonder about that too. Okay, British World of Sports Style is the best. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, if you guys have watched my Joe Gertner and Dudley Boys and Best Bad Guys, those are really good ones. Okay, I'm going to have to move up since I'm kind of falling behind on chat. But, yeah, if you watch my episodes, hey, no, you're not late, man. You're right on time. What's up, Andy? If you want, Dan Ambrose, what's up? Welcome. I'm glad that you're here, especially after that awesome recommendation you guys that you gave me for Enzo for an honest promo. Happy Friday, and coincidentally, happy Rusev Day unto you. If you watch my episodes about British wrestling, especially the second one, part 2, you guys definitely know that I have a lot of affinity for British wrestling. So, like, you know, the OG British style wrestling of Mark Rocco and Marty Jones. So, you know, that's there too. The Canadian thing, I like how it adapted a little bit and incorporates a little more shoot into it. So, and I don't like a lot of strikes in wrestling, but I do need some. So, like, the old school British stuff, as much as, or British wrestling in general, is, hey, what is up, Macho Dude? Happy Rusev Day to you, too. I've been keeping up with the Bullet Club. Bullet Club news is crazy right now, man. So, as much as I like all that stuff, as much as I like all the intense chain, all the grappling, all that real body manipulation stuff that English wrestling does, especially now, I definitely want a little bit of striking mixed in. And I know they do. It's just, I'm just saying, I need more of the Canadian stuff. But, hey, look, I'll take British style wrestling over a lot of different styles, so don't get me wrong. Didn't really like the Women's Royal Rumble, but definitely the winner. Okay. How many people were attacked by Ric Flair? Oh, I don't have numbers for that. Thank you for the thumbs up. We're up to 9. If wrestling is going back to territory days, will it be better? I don't think so. I think the global territories right now in the world is what's going good. And also, like, my thing is, I do miss the territory system, and I contemplate this question a lot, whether wrestling is supposed to expand, you know, so far. Like, is it meant to be a niche thing? Is it meant to be a small thing? Hey, what's up? Squire's phone? Squire's offended? Hey, Dave, how about that shot to Braun and Royal Rumble for Brock? Oh, yeah, that was pretty rough. In English wrestling, I want Zach Gibson in NXT. Okay. Hey, what up, Train? But yes, so I'm kind of messing up. Up to 12 thumbs up. Okay, I can still watch UK Sky. Back to territory days. Oh, yeah, so here's the thing. Welcome back, AMR. So, I can still watch it on UK Sports. Totally, it was funny. Go manipulate the knee like a surgeon. Oh yeah. What are your top 3 favorite WWE events? Royal Rumble number 1, WrestleMania number 2, SummerSlam number 3. Or you mean in general? If you want specifics, that's like a lot harder. But just in general, those would be my 3. And maybe take SummerSlam away and no, SummerSlam's fine. If the screw job didn't happen, it would be Survivor Series. But because of that, SummerSlam takes it. Actually, wait, no. Let me take it back. It's going to be Royal Rumble 1, WrestleMania 2, King of the Ring 3. Underused British talent, a.k.a. WWE. Wait, yeah, well, that's true. The thing about territories is I contemplate whether how large wrestling can really expand. Is it meant to be a niche audience? Is it not? But the thing I notice is the bigger, more global it expands, sure. There's a watering down because you're trying to appeal to a much greater audience. One thing that indies have that is very successful is that they know who their audience is. This specific group of people want specific things. So if this specific group is seeking you out because they want something funny, like humorous wrestling, you can hit that note hard. If you want an independent scene where a different company where it's just like really hardcore, strict wrestling fans, or hardcore wrestling fans where it's like a lot of violence and extreme violence, you can have that too, and you can pick and choose, and you can really hit that niche, and you're only aiming at this small selective demographic. When you expand to the greater wrestling world and trying to get as many people as possible, you're just trying to get the average, the sum of the greater parts, instead of looking for specific audiences. And because of that, it gets watered down. So that's some people's issue with it. What some people don't like is you get this homogenous gentrification of wrestling instead of having a real solid specific note and hit that note well and do it better than anyone else. So that's people's problems with the territory system, and I understand that to a degree. But when I look at the larger picture, Dave, why do you not like? I'll get into that momentarily, as I have done many times before. But when you get into the global stance, yes, it waters down wrestling, and yes, that's bad, but it also brings a lot of other things to it. It brings more money into it. It also helps out finances. It helps out taking care of the wrestlers. It takes care of their to a degree, how much revenue did they get, time away from the families, because small independents, they don't pay much, and you're asking people to put bodies on the line, take time away from their families. Meanwhile, they're not really getting all that well paid for it in a lot of independent promotions. So the bigger you have, the more the money can start reflecting in, and I think that's a little more fair. So that's why, to some degree, I think wrestling bigger is better. It is a tough decision. The Shawn Michaels thing, what is your favorite match of all time? I can't answer that, Andy. It's such a hard question. I've thought about it. I've wanted to do a list of my top 10 favorite matches of all time for a video, and I just can't get there. Like, it's so hard. Like, all my top 10 favorites, like my favorite mic workers and my favorite wrestlers, they're really hard to do. And like, no matter what I say, I'm gonna get flack in the comments about it. And as soon as I'm done with the video, I'm probably gonna want to change something anyway. Like the mic workers thing, I want to change. There's like 20 names I want to put on there that I couldn't fit in. Dave, at some point, can you do a video on independents that we're able to watch on the net that are current, but also entertaining, not like entertainment-based? I mean, I do have a video about independent wrestling in general. Independent-based. Now, here's the thing. I could do that, but I think the thing about it is it's kind of like the food movement, like think local, like localized eating. There's going to be a lot of indie promotions that I just don't have access to because I'm not nearby. And yes, there is this internet streaming, like a good buddy of ours that's right here, RHPW versus KO8 Wrestling. Check them out. I can also recommend Capital Wrestling. I think they're very good. You can check them out on Twitch. They just started doing shows on Twitch. So also check them out too. But there's going to be tons that I'm going to miss. Like, that's the thing. Like, and that's what's the fun about it and finding out. That's there. Miss Face Turn coming? I'm not sure. It seems that way sometimes, but I don't know. And with the current WrestleMania plans, it doesn't seem like he's going to be. But it does seem that if he keeps his momentum going, it might be hard to deny it. Make a video called Top 10 Ric Flair Best Matches. That's even hard to do. It's even hard narrowing that down to just 10. Check out APW on YouTube. Okay, there you go. Dave, if you were a wrestler, what style would you do? Canadian. If I was a wrestler, like in my age group, I would have shipped off to Canada. Heart Dungeon, here I come. I would have done whatever, I would have sought him out. I would love to have been a Heart Dungeon grad. Vince having more competition couldn't hurt. Vince wasn't made for being number one by a mile. He needs someone chasing him. Yeah, he does. He does need someone chasing him. But the big thing is a lot of people don't realize how close New Japan really is. And yeah, don't get me wrong. There's a huge margin of difference. But, they're not. They're gaining momentum. And they're growing and growing. This Wrestle Kingdom, they grew even further. There's a chance. But also, okay, so back to AMR's question, to Shawn Michaels thing. Why do I hate Shawn Michaels? Long-winded thing, but I can give a brief summary. Number one, I really just don't like what he did to wrestling and like the Clique as a whole. Like, some people have argued that the Clique were good for business, but when you look in WCW, now in WCW you might have an argument, but there's also counter arguments, which I'm not going to get into. But when you look at WWE, Diesel was a low-grossing champion. Hunter, low-grossing champion. Shawn Michaels, low-grossing champion. But they manipulated everything to make sure that they had the titles, that they got pushed. They complained about other wrestlers and said, oh, they only want to win. Meanwhile, all they did was win. They didn't put people over. Shawn Michaels found excuses not to wrestle people. He lost his smile, or he didn't show up, so Shane Douglas couldn't get the belt, and instead they had to get Scott Hall the belt. It's, pretty funny how they seem to be okay with putting each other over, but they don't really take care of it. Now, the thing is, I like Scott Hall, despite all that. And plus Shawn Michaels, I don't like the way he wrestles. I think he's more of a performer than a wrestler. I don't believe him as a legitimate tough guy who could beat people in a fight, or a legitimate wrestler. Like Kurt Angle may not be the biggest guy, but he's an Olympic wrestler. Bret Hart was a very, very good amateur wrestler, and he pursued professional instead of amateur, but he was well known. Ric Flair has an amateur wrestling background. I could go on and on. Brock Lesnar, amateur wrestling background. Shelton Benjamin, and so on. I have just uploaded a video of me getting assaulted by a wrestler when I was a kid in 2002. That sounds awful. Let the world know what they did to me. Okay. Oh, that's terrible. The Clique was... So that's what I'm saying. They did terrible things, and there was no money. Like, it's one thing if you were like Hulk Hogan. A lot of people say Hulk Hogan was not the nicest guy in the world, but he made a lot of money. He made WWF, a lot of money, and he made it, a household term that people talked about. So, you at least have that. There's no reason. And the way, hey, what up, Maurice and the Know It All Nation? Thank you for being here, and thank you. 17 thumbs up. Thank you so much. I heard lots of stories about Stu Hart, always concerned with tying people in knots and making them scream, actually teaching them how to wrestle. Yeah, I've heard that too, but you know what? I think that is like tough love. I think that is how you learn to wrestle, and that's the thing. The idea behind the Stu Hart principle was that if you knew what actually hurt, then you learned how to make things look like they hurt. And, knowing how to hurt someone is also knowing how to not hurt someone. British Bulldog would destroy... Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, British Bulldog would freaking eat Shawn Michaels alive, and that's exactly my point. I could list tons of wrestlers. He's not a tough guy. His performance, I don't think he had a very big moveset. And his lack of strength, well, he did work out and was athletic. I don't think he could do any of the moves that a lot of the moves that British Bulldog did. He didn't have a big repertoire, and his lack of strength hurt. So I didn't like the way he did things. And I understand people like him for his storytelling, that he made various forms of cry face while he was being put in holds, and then he would just kip up and kick to win, and there you go, dramatic finish. And that whole delay for a dramatic finish thing. But I think that's problematic because it's kind of like cartoony nonsense. And also, it doesn't hurt because it set a precedent for guys like Sami Zayn, guys like Dolph Ziggler, to take beatings, do it well, and now look at their careers. So it might have worked out one time, but it didn't work all that strongly. They plus they were very unprofessional, extremely unprofessional. Yeah, Shawn Michaels is an overrated spot monkey. He's the overrated spot monkey as far as I'm concerned. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, so guys, this is going to have to be a short show. I'm just getting going with stuff here. I might have to come back in a little bit, but I do thank you for all you coming out. Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. Right back. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, teacher duties had to do that. He's suits in the building. He just dresses like that. What can I say? All right. So here's the thing. Yeah. Sorry. Teacher duties, like I said. So there's a lot of things that I don't like about Shawn Michaels and what he did. He didn't have anything to support, so I don't understand why he gets any of the credit that he does. Didn't gross a lot of money. Didn't improve wrestling game. Did a lot of television things. No more than I normally have, Nathan. Okay, so, but let's definitely get into, and thank you for the thumbs up. We're up to 18. I can see behind me, Nathan, me, and I didn't sell out. I bought in. How many times I got to tell you that? Seth Rollins. Okay, not so tough now, no? All right, so where was I? Okay, so let's get into the Royal Rumble. Let's definitely talk about that. I want to talk about that. Now, okay, I have a few issues with now I did on Monday, I had a live stream. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I had a live stream on Monday. Oh, and real quick, before I get into the Rumble and stuff like that, I do want to say something. For you guys who are following me on a very strict schedule of when my videos come out, I just want you to know my videos are coming out a bit early this upcoming week. You might notice that there's a Monday, Wednesday pattern. Which I normally don't break from. Every once in a while, I might move a video up a bit. But the roast of Albert, thanks to you, Drain. I love how you have his number. It's hysterical. Was your boss? Oh, that's not my boss. No, he's a student. He's a student. He just dresses like that. I have to do some. I have to give him some tutoring. He needs to just do a makeup lesson. That's all. He was just a little late getting here, so the whole schedule got thrown off. So I know my normal 3:30 routine here. But that's the thing I'm saying. My routine's getting thrown off. So normally it's a Monday, Wednesday schedule. Sometimes I move things to Tuesday a little early, but it depends. But this week it's going to be all early. So instead of the normal Monday show, it's going to be on Sunday because I got a new Cheaper Pop Culture coming out for the Super Bowl for football. So it's going to be for the Super Bowl. So that's coming out on Super Bowl Sunday. So it's going to be out before Monday. And instead of normal Wednesday video, I have a brand new video that's... I'm working together on a new collaboration style. So it's coming out on Tuesday. So you're gonna see a video of mine on Tuesday, and you're gonna have to watch someone else's video also on Tuesday. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hey Dave, how are you? Decided to change my username. All right, the Thrash Panda. I like the name though. What's up, Raw Reflex? Watching Super Bowl in the UK. Nice. Jim Cornette is a madman. And yeah, I'm probably not watching Super Bowl. I'm probably going to be working on my improv troupe 10-year anniversary show. I'm not sexist, but I really didn't like the wins. Okay, Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, I feel that there wasn't enough creativity, except Naomi's stunt. Asuka winning was awesome, but on the other hand, I didn't like it. Okay, you need to teach him how to sell a bomb. Okay, so yeah. So Sunday, Tuesday, just this week. But yeah, and so Monday we talked about the Royal Rumble. So I do want to get into that for you guys on the regular live stream, but we did have a surprise on Monday because of another issue that I had, something else that happened. But still, which is why you got a Kayfabe Science on Monday. Kayfabe Science on Monday, which, you know, it definitely was. It's like one of my. I was really happy with that episode, but its viewership was a little low on the Kayfabe Science. I was like, what happened? Everything was based off. Okay, so, but let's put it this way. Okay, so, but let's get into it here on the Friday show. All right. Okay, so yeah, giving feedback. Okay, yeah, no, well said, Train. My thoughts on the Rumble. I didn't like how the women were all outside the ring, you know, taking their naps. It's the Royal Rumble. Take it. Nice, Train. Is your bae. Take your naps inside the ring. When you're wrestling inside the ring, it's very hard to figure out who's still in and who's out when everyone's lying outside the ring. The camera wasn't there to support it. Also, I think it was a little difficult considering the average height wasn't necessarily the most supportive of going over the top rope. But at the same hand, we can't lower the Women's Royal Rumble by saying not over the top rope because that makes that looks bad. So, you know, so there was a bit of clunkiness, but I know from what I was told that they did some rehearsing over the weekend before the Rumble just because they know no one's other than Beth Phoenix had ever done it before, so they needed practice. But still, and that's where Alicia Fox got hurt. I hate part-timers. CM Punk should beat The Rock and win when this would never happen. Yeah, that's a fair point. And CM Punk should have had that main event at Mania, not John Cena Rock. The women kept rolling out of the ring. Yeah, I know, that was terrible. Like, yeah, and if... I agree with Terrell Davis. Okay. Yes, I agree too. Yeah. Dave would slap HKK's lazy eye straight so he could look up at the eyes as he... In your opinion, is there any NXT match that Andrade Cien Almas versus... Ever? Or like right now? See, here's the thing. I talked about this before. Like, I liked it. I didn't love it. I can't believe it's another 5-star match from Meltzer, but... I liked it. I thought the previous match, they had previous matches that I thought were better. That recent Kayfabe Signs was great. Well, thank you, Thrash Panda. It's harder to say than I thought. It was really annoying to me. The problem I had that they had too many women legends. Okay, and yeah, the legends being there was one thing because they want to be part of the historic event. I understand, but I don't think they should have hung on as long as they did. Like, that was kind of weird that they all taken names. Like, Michelle McCool was in it for a long time. Like, hey, be in it, but you can leave. Oh, and apparently Kairi Sane was the last-minute replacement for Alicia Fox. Steaming Paul. All right, Train. I knew there was a reason I manned you. Please, Dave, can you do an honest promo for Adam Cole? Not who I was thinking, but I like the suggestion. NXT is still stealing the show over main roster. Oh yeah, well that's I'm sure. See, when it comes to NXT, I nitpick a lot. I love Kayfabe Science, it's the best. Thank you so much, Punk. We need honest promo on Dave Knows Wrestling. Honest promo on myself. It'll be fun. I don't know if anyone will get the joke. Like, I did the behind the scenes episode and no one cared. Nobody watches that episode. Jim Cornette made a very good point on his podcast about WWE 25 that they should have used both venues better. Yes. Have a match start in one venue and end in the other. Yeah. Or you mean the show? Having a match start in one and end in the other would be kind of difficult. I thought Cole versus Black deserved 5 stars more than... I didn't like how, the story they were telling, I was so into when Aleister Black wasn't using any weapons, Adam Cole was. Fine, awesome. I was so in, and all of a sudden, Aleister Black just started using weapons for no reason. I was very confused. I wanted Dana Brooke to win. She looked really good when she entered. She came out with coming with her eyes and sweet guts. Yeah, she looked like she was going to do well. I was like, hey, this would be a nice push if she won. And then nothing. Wyatt and Hardy bound to team up. Maybe. I don't think it was bad, but the end killed the whole thing with the round. Now, from what I've been understanding, it seems that Ronda Rousey, it's not that any heat is on her. They have no problem with her. They just don't like the way she debuted, stealing the thunder. I also don't like that it was very confusing as to what's going to happen. I also thought it was weird how she pointed. It was versus Shawn Michaels in WrestleMania Dream match. Also, I didn't, and also the weird thing about it was, it seemed like the camera messed up a little bit. I want you to do an honest promo on Jim Cornette just to see Jim Cornette's reaction to it. I would like to see Jim Cornette's reaction to any video I have, period. When I found out Asuka won, I was mad. She's overrated. Tough call. I mean, I get what you mean, but right now they're doing better with her than they have with anybody on the main roster. So, like, don't ruin the momentum. You know, they bombed with Bayley. They've been ruining Sasha Banks. At least it seems like Asuka's still keeping it going. So, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Goldberg record was ridiculously overrated. Having someone beat the Goldberg record is even more unbelievable and ridiculous. I get you, but, yeah. The only reason Taker's wife did so well is because she takes the nightly tombstone for the 3, whatever reason. DX looked really bad as, well, yeah, partying hard does that to you. In the long run, looks real old. Yeah, well, they are old, and they have not lived the cleanest of lifestyles, so that does not help. All right, and so, but I like that Asuka won. The Ronda Rousey thing at the end didn't really bother me. But if other people were upset by it, I didn't think it stole the thunder. I mean, I get it, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me. It's strange. Like, the things I harp on in wrestling or things that no one else cares about and the things that people really get passionate about, I don't seem to think are that egregious of a crime. I don't care as much. By the way, I am currently exporting a video for Dave Knows Comics. The daily news is coming out for Dave Knows Comics. So if you haven't been checking out Dave Knows Comics, check out Dave Knows Comics. And thank you for all the thumbs up, by the way. The one spot where Cole landed on the 2 chairs. Oh man! Oh dude, Thrash. Yes, totally. I cringed so badly. My friend who was sitting next to me said, Aleister Black should have said, "I'm not doing that to you." I jumped so. Yeah, no, thank you for bringing that up because no, that was great. That was such a sick spot. It was such a sick bump. It was definitely bumping tonight. You know what? For that alone, you're right. I'm putting that above Andrade and Gargano. Wow. You comic books? Me comic books? I like comic books. Yeah, I got Dave Knows Comics. Check out my other channel that I'm trying to grow. Plug the merch. I don't have merch. But how do you do botch pointing at someone? She has nothing to do with 1 point WrestleMania sign. Oh, how do you botch pointing at some WrestleMania sign Ronda Rousey? I don't know. She just looked really awkward. She looked like a little kid too in Roddy Piper's jacket, which I thought was cute. She looked like a little kid. I thought it was funny. Billy Gunn still the best thing in that stable and was held back. Funny you mentioned that. I do have a video coming out that touches on that issue. I don't go into it, but yes, I do touch on it. And his attitude has been a good gym. I botching Sin Cara's fake quote. All right, but now on to the men's rumble. I really, really liked the story that was being told. You know, when it was the 3-on-3, you know, the new guard, the old guard. I liked that a lot. I thought that was really, really well done. Jim Cornette will talk a lot of crap about you, then come work for you. That would be an honor in and of itself. I wish King of the Ring would come back. I do too. Don't just touch stuff like that. Touch what? Like what? My eye? I don't know. Some dust particle or something just came in the room. Anyway, yeah. So I like that story a lot, and I like that they played the crowd perfectly. Roman Reigns and Nakamura, like the whole way through, they kept thinking, oh, they're going to do the same thing they always do again, or maybe they're going to give us what we want. They kept you waiting the whole time, and they finally gave it to you, Nakamura. It was a great one. It was great for sure. I really liked that. 17 viewers, 20 likes. Davis, whoa, thank you. 21 likes. Thank you so much. Hey, Tyler Kraut, sorry. Sorry, you're just coming here because gonna be bowing out shortly. But thank you for coming by. Shinsuke Nakamura wins WWE title. I hope he does. I hope he takes down. I hope he does. That would be a great moment. But either way, I hope the final match of the night, the main event, is definitely AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't want that match having anything other than the last match of the night. Goldberg should have been in the Rumble. I don't think he can. Like he said in interviews that last year it took a toll on him. Like, it was really hard to do, and I believe it. Like, it doesn't seem easy at that age. So I think it was. I think you got more than you needed last year. I think, like, let's not push it. Let's not worry. Let's not, and going down a WrestleMania match. Why not? How would you have booked the Nexus? Oh, they would have flatlined Cena at SummerSlam, and they would have been dominant. I'm sorry, but I just didn't buy Shinsuke winning. He weighs like 190 pounds, and nobody could chuck him into the first row. Never mind over the top. Okay, WWE title is watered down now. Yeah, it is. But I think stuff like that will help it. AJ Styles should go 40 minutes. I'm not in love with the long matches, but if it's WrestleMania Warhawk Rambo, yeah, I think you were right. That would be a great 40-minute match. Here's the thing about Nakamura. I understand where you're coming from. Dave, can you ask the viewers what's their top 10 Ric Flair matches? Hey, Andy Orford would like to know, what are your favorite matches? We all knew the son of Jim Cornette is. It's Brian Zane. Yes, that is true. Yeah, okay, hey, start shouting out some of your favorite Ric Flair matches for Andy, because Andy is building a great playlist that you guys should also check out, too. Nexus versus Bullet Club. Oh, man, that'd be nice. But yeah, so, me versus Ric Flair. Whoa, Train. Whoa. Thank you for the thumbs up. We're up to 22. What was I talking about? They want to keep 205 interesting, so they don't need put... more non-Mexican wrestlers for diversity. Yeah, we all know. But, I agree that we need diversity, but I really like mask. I really like the luchador mask culture and everything like that. I like it a lot. I think it's cool, and I want more of it. And when I get it, I don't want it to be treated like a joke. I just like it in general, and I think luchadors have a place in every company, and they should. And yes, I agree, non-masked wrestlers from Mexico should also be able to wrestle as well. But I really just I love the mask. I think it's really cool. Like I always have. It's just, I don't know. It's just something for me. Ric Flair versus Triple H for the IC title in a steel cage. Ah, there you go. Anything with Ricky Steamboat. See, notice there, Andy. That's like always an answer, the Ricky Steamboat thing, and it is for me too. It's like the definitive answer. Dave, I'm going to have to leave for work now. Oh, all right. Well, thank you for coming by. But you rock. Love your shows. Thank you so much. And I'll be checking Dave Knows Comics. Thank you. Keep up the good work. And don't powder out. Peace. My son, JK Thrash Panda. Okay. I lost my train of thought. Train. Call. I was seeing Cornette's reaction. Only reason to take Ditsa was... All right, yeah, I totally lost my place. All right, I'm just going to move on. Taker versus Sting at WrestleMania 18. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Okay. By all means, keep the chat going. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam. We're just naming things now. If Dave was in WWE, they would use him as a heel. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Nakamura's size. Okay, so Nakamura is small, and you're popularity-wise, he's shooting. Hey, what up, John? Love interacting with you in the comments. Yeah, same here. Too bad you just got here, because I kind of have to be going soon. How will Triple H be booked in Mania? I don't know. I hope he's not in Mania, but he probably will. You want your favorite black wrestlers? Wow. That's a long list. Yet again, that's going to be really hard for me to... Like, number one is easy. I can definitely do number one. After that, I'm probably going to really morph my brain around and argue with myself and want to change things. That's really hard. My number one, I'll tell you right now, is Booker T. I've always loved Booker T. I always thought Booker T was highly underrated. I always thought Booker T never got the credit that he was credited. It's like I remember in the late 90s... Stone Cold Steve Austin, who I think we all know is my favorite wrestler of all time, I said, when he had it, when he won, it was like Stone Cold's 8-year journey. But when Booker T won it in WCW, it was 13 years. It's like he's been working and grinding at it for 13 years. Then he got to WWE and they never treated him right. But yeah, Booker T, because he was so versatile, he could do a lot of really agile moves. He could take to the sky if he needed to. He could do strong. He could do power moves. I do prefer him though when he was leaner Booker T before he got like the really big Booker T where he didn't do some of his athletic moves. But even after he got huge, he still was able to do the Harlem Hangover like at WrestleMania 19 against Triple H. He still did it, which shocked me because. Like, he wasn't doing it, so I just assumed with his new muscle mass, he wasn't able to do some of his own moves. And then every once in a while, he's like, nope, still can. Don't think I can't. I'm just not doing it. So, yeah, he's just so versatile. So, like, Booker T is easily my number one. After that, though, it becomes, I want to throw in so many people. There's just too many names. I know he doesn't get a lot of mainstream credit, but I really like ACH a lot. I also I really like Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin's a great answer. There's too many. Shelton Benjamin I liked a lot, especially when he took down Triple H. When he first came out. Hey Raymond, today's topic is Dave's about to leave. Dave, can you make a video on the history of battle royals? Oh, not a bad topic. I'll look into that. Underused, yeah, absolutely. Jason Jordan I like a lot, but now there's worries that he might be injured. He's got a rough going right now. But you can keep going. Like, I like the Junkyard Dog as a kid a lot. I kind of outgrew him, though. I will admit that. When you get older, you realize he's not the best worker in the world. Not trying to take anything away from him. Just saying, or not trying to take too much away from him. Hey, Mario, what up? JYD, yeah. But there's so many. Cedric Alexander I like a lot. I like Shelton, Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, as I said. There's too many names. So like I'm getting all tripped up now trying to think about it. And not for nothing, Stevie Ray doesn't get enough credit either. Stevie Ray, people just like, oh, Stevie Ray, like, I understand he's not Booker, but Stevie Ray is not without nothing. Ahmed Johnson I was a huge fan of. I could keep going. There's two like Jay Lethal. How do I not mention Jay Lethal? Devon, yeah, but Jay Lethal too. Taking 10,000 years for Triple H to pin him. Look, that WrestleMania 19 match is heartbreaking to me because Booker T was supposed to win that in the worst possible way. But yeah, I could keep going. There's tons. Bobo Brazil. Bobo Brazil is a very, very good answer. The reason I'm laughing is because I thought he was Brazilian, and when I was a kid, I didn't put two and two together. But anyway, Stevie. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Stevie Ray was a really good powerhouse. MVP? I would have said MVP if he didn't deny me plugging my channel because I asked him and he said no. So because of that, I'm not saying MVP. No, he's not. No, he's not Hill because in my definition, Amari Jannetty is the more talented of the two, and he's just not as good as cajoling and backstage politics. But I'm just going to throw that out there. So, no, Booker T is the more talented of the two. Good, yeah. Oh, and Farouk doesn't get enough credit. Do we want to count The Rock? Like, I could keep going. Like, it's just 10 is... Bobby Lashley, I would not name. But there's too many people. Like, okay, but great idea. All right, I got to get going. Thank you so much for coming out here. I had such a fun time. Maybe I'll be back on Monday for another live stream to try and make up for the fact that this show was kind of short. Thank you for the 23 thumbs up. Thank you for coming out, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, Big Cat Ernie Ladd. How do I not mention Big Cat Ernie Ladd? Yeah, see, there's too many. As soon as you start naming, and I've already, and you keep running out. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the thumbs up. You guys are great. Thank you for all the support. Seriously, thank you for all the support you guys give me. You guys are too cool, too kind, and keep it here. Thanks. I can't thank you enough. And this has been Dave No.